In today's video, we are going to be discussing the Dior price increase. And I know you guys are feeling like I am, like this cannot be another price increase video, but it would be naive to think that these companies are not going to continue to increase their prices. But I feel like with Dior, this one was quite a lot, especially with some of their popular handbags. Now, what's interesting about this is I actually learned about this through my video that I uploaded about a month ago, comparing my Chanel Trendy CC to my small Lady Dior bag. And in the comments down below, you guys are like, with the new price increase, the prices are probably about the same as the Chanel Trendy CC. And at that point, I was like, was there really a price increase? And sure enough, I went online, Lady Dior price increase, and there it was. Just to let you guys know, when I filmed that video, edited it, and had it posted and ready to go, the price increase had not yet occurred. So I was really interested in following this Dior price increase a month later after it happened. By the way, welcome back to my channel, The You in Fashion. My name's Megan. On my channel, we discuss fashion, luxury, handbags, and lifestyle. If you're interested in any of those topics, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notifications bell down below so you don't miss any of my content. My goal with this channel is to hopefully help you find the you in fashion, so let's go ahead and get started. In today's video, I wanted to discuss with you guys about the price increase, my feelings about the price increase, and how this price increase has related to the pre-loved market. And make sure you guys keep watching to the end of the video if you want to know what handbag I think is still worth purchasing directly from the Dior boutique, even with this most recent price increase. So as I was saying before, I really wanted to make sure that I filmed this video about a month after the price increase happened to see if the pre-loved market has already started catching up to this new price increase. With price increases, obviously, I think that it's a brand's way of keeping up with the times, making sure they are still getting the profits that they're looking for from us purchasing these handbags. And I think with the prices going up more and more too, they are seeking for that exclusivity and making it less available to people, therefore driving up hopefully the prices in the pre-loved market and making it harder to acquire their items. Now, I feel like each brand has kind of done this differently. Louis Vuitton most recently that we spoke about has done this in a way of, we're going to make our popular bag, the Neverfull, less available to people to make it seem more exclusive. Where Chanel perhaps would compare a little bit more to Dior in the sense that they are just continuing to raise the prices more and more so that less people can afford their more popular handbags. So with that being said, it's interesting because all of these brands are doing that in their own way, trying to seek out that exclusivity to make sure that their most popular handbags continue to stay their most wanted and coveted handbags as well. But let's go ahead and get into it. So this is my small ABC Lady Dior, and with this one is one of the largest price increases that we're gonna look at. And this one went from the $5,600 to $6,000. Now, here's one of the things about the small ABC Lady Dior though. As you guys know, when I did the original video on this, I was telling you guys that I actually got this one from the pre-loved market, and this handbag is still one of the handbags I would recommend to get pre-loved instead of brand new, because on the pre-loved market, you can find these for about $3,800. And I'm gonna search for some here in a second and just see what they're looking like currently on the market. You could find one in pretty good condition for $3,800 in comparison to the retail price of $5,600. Now, with this handbag going up to the $6,000 mark, here's where Dior is going to have to make sure to make changes to. They are going to have to make these less available so that they can drive up that pre-loved cost so that more people are willing to pay closer to that price point than being able to find them, say for instance, for $3,800 online. So we always look back to some of these other designer brands like Chanel, like Hermes, and we're wondering why their handbags can go pretty close to their retail price, and that's because they are less available. Hermes in general have just made theirs very hard to get. We all know that, but Chanel releases seasonal colors. They release popular colors, and that allows them to have some of that exclusivity as as well, and allows those handbags to go pretty close to retail, if not above retail at times. So that's one thing when I discussed earlier about what some of my thoughts or opinions were about this topic, is Dior is going to have to make sure that they are making them more exclusive so that they're closer to the retail price. Because I, at this point, would not purchase one of these small ABC Lady Dior's full price and then I feel like I've been swindled. I feel like I've spent all of this money when I could have got a very good to excellent condition one for a bit cheaper. So let's go ahead and look on the pre-loved market and see what they're looking like currently. Looking at Fashion File here, I found a couple of them before I got to the one I'm about to show you, but this one is in the color gray. I wanted to make sure I found one that was in a neutral color and also one that was in very good or excellent condition for comparison. So this one is in excellent condition and it is $4,990. So that's about $1,000 of savings shopping pre-loved for this handbag, still in an excellent condition. So for me, I feel like this is one of those handbags that still I would consider purchasing pre-loved. Now that is from Fashion File, which typically we know the prices are a little bit higher with Fashion File. So let's check out the Real next and see what some of the options that they have. The one I found on the Real is from 2023, so this year, and this one is more of one of the coveted gradient colors as well, so keep that in mind. This one is going for $4,950. Something else that I wanted to point out here as well is you're gonna see some on the pre-loved market with these small lucky badges. So before they started doing this, they actually had badges on there that you could put on, and that is going to be one of the older styles. So if you're looking for this particular one, they may run a little bit higher than the lucky badges, but I just want to put that in because if you're like, I don't really care about what the straps used to look like, I just want to find one for a great deal. One of the lucky badges one on the Real for the $3,800. So on the pre-loved market here, you can still find one of these for a really great deal. And I do think that them going up to $6,000 on the small Lady Dior was a bit much. Let's just be honest, a bit much, guys. So let's go ahead and move on to the mini Lady Dior. So you guys know I absolutely love my mini Lady Dior. This one was $5,300 before the price increase, and it is now $5,500 with the price increase. To me, that's one of those that is reasonable. Like $5,300 to $5,500, we can live with that, right? If I've been saving for this bag, it went up $200, I can still afford it. I can still afford that $200 because I have that money that I've been saving for. But when we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of dollars, I feel like that's where they're starting to get a little bit out there for me, because I totally would say, okay, I can save for this for the next year. By the time I'm ready to get it next year, even if it's gone up $200, I'm not feeling that rush and that urge to go out and purchase the handbag, because those of us that love handbags, you know that when a price increase is coming, we're like, oh my gosh, let me go ahead and get it now before the price increase happens, and I can still get it at the cheaper rate. But what that does is it causes that anxiousness and that anxiety for us to feel like we need to buy and buy it quickly before the price goes up. But I feel like with $200, you're able to sit back, be like, is this really what I want? Is this really what I want right now? And you don't have to feel that rush. You can still get it next year. You don't have to worry about the price being that much more. And to me, the mini Lady Dior is one of the best sizes, especially if this is not your only handbag. They're just super cute. They look great. It's a perfect night out bag as well. But outside of that, you guys know I can rave about this for hours and hours, but let's go ahead and check it out on the pre-loved market. This one still has us beat though on the pre-loved market from anywhere to $3,000 to $4,000. I found two of these on the pre-loved market. One of them in the matte that is absolutely gorgeous, and that one is $3,910, and that one is the matte lavender. And then I also found one in the lotus color that I have for the $3,455. And both of those, by the way, are in excellent condition. So $3,455 in comparison to $5,000 plus, it's really hard to beat that. So pre-loved market still all the way. Now, if you are looking to buy new, yes, obviously that comment earlier still holds. If you're looking to buy these handbags new, you are getting pretty close to the Chanel price point. But when it comes to on the pre-loved market, there's really no comparison to being able to say, for instance, buy a Chanel Trendy CC than a small lady Dior for $1,000 cheaper. So just keep in mind of which one you really like, which one you really want. And if you're gonna go with the Dior, I still personally, despite the price increase, it seems like on the pre-loved market, there isn't really much significant change, and you can still find one pretty loved for a pretty good deal. You guys know I don't have the medium and large sizes, but I know there's still a ton of people out there that love those sizes, and you guys may want to know what those price increase looked like for those. For the medium size, the price went from $6,100 to $6,500, and for the large size, it went from $6,500 to $7,000. So we are seeing about a $400 to $500 price difference for the Lady Dior sizes outside of the mini size. So I don't want to go too in depth with these. I only really wanted to discuss the handbags that I've personally experienced, because that way I can tell you guys which ones that I feel like are worth it from the Dior brand and my experience with owning them and going through the pre-loved market to purchase all of my Dior handbags. Because since I've been purchasing handbags starting about in 2017, all of these handbags have been purchased pre-loved specifically with Dior, because it has always trended to be lower pre-loved than it is brand new. So you guys know pretty much the only time I buy a handbag brand new is if it is cheaper for me to buy it that way than it is to buy it pre-loved, especially when I can find them in excellent condition. When it comes to the Dior saddle bag, you guys know how I felt about the Dior saddle bag. I have a whole video on that, so check that out if you haven't already. You guys will know that I sold that last year, and that was because I just didn't have much use for it in my handbag collection anymore. It is very small, very difficult to get things in and out of. It is a very cute additive to an outfit, but when it came down to me looking at my handbags, deciding which ones could go, that one was one I just did not feel like I got a lot of use out of. So I did want to take a moment to talk about the saddle bag here today, because I know a lot of us still really love the saddle bag. I still think personally they're really, really cute. I think about getting another one all the time, and particularly I go between the mini size and just the classic Dior saddle bag. I did a vlog on these as well, so I'll attach that video here too, where I tried on the different sizes, and I still can't decide. I think that's part of the reason why I haven't made a jump on it. But let's look at the price differences. So for the mini saddle bag, it went from $3,700 to $3,900. For the classic saddle bag, it went from $4,200 to $4,400. So again, a $200 price difference in the price increase here as well. I feel like we're still pretty safe with the saddle bags. You do not have to go and rush out and buy one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the pre-loved market for some of these bags. Finding us a neutral color here. The white in this one you can find on Fashion File for $3,055. So we're looking at about a $900 price difference in what you can currently find this handbag for pre-loved versus purchasing it brand new. Now obviously all this is conditional that you actually see the color that you like on here is the one that you want to get in the pre-loved market, and I understand that. I understand you guys are like, well, maybe I don't want a white one. Maybe I don't want the small Lady Dior in the gradient. And absolutely, in that case, get what you want, get what you love. But if you're open to trying some different colors, you can really, really find these handbags still for some pretty great deals on the pre-loved market. Now the Dior saddle bag in the pre-loved market in the classic size, the best price I found for that one on Fashion File was $3,785. Now, surprisingly, this one was inching a little bit closer towards the full price before they marked it down. So I want to say it was priced at about $3,900, and this would have been when it was at the $4,200 price point that this was likely uploaded onto their site. So this one is actually one of them that seemed to be going in the classic size a little bit closer to the retail price. But nonetheless, the pre-loved market still seems to have them beat by quite a few $100s. Last but not least, let's look at the DJoy bags. You know that these became popular last year, 2022. They were also in my vlog. I really thought heavily about it before I purchased my small lady Dior. I was actually going back and forth after having my mini of what the next one was going to be. If it was going to be the small size or if it was going to be the DJoy bag. Obviously, as you guys can see, I ended up going with the small size. It really was, in my opinion, just more classic. I felt like I would have that one and really enjoy it for a longer period of time. The DJoy, I think those are absolutely beautiful as well, but I do think they are a bit more trendy, and I'm trying to do my best from staying away from trendy bags, because early on, that was my biggest mistake. I bought a lot of trendy things, a lot of the things that were popular here and now, and then I would find myself a year, 2 years down the line just being like, I don't really love this bag. I only bought it because it was popular at the time, and I feared that that's the decision I was making with the DJoy bag as well. But I did want to put that in here because I know that those are some popular handbags and they have recently became popular, so I'm really curious to see if the pre-loved market is going to be closer to these handbags to retail. The Micro Lady DJoy bag went from $3,100 to $3,400. The small size went from $4,300 to $4,900, and the medium size went from $5,100 to $5,600. Wow, the small lady DJoy bag actually went up the most out of all the handbags we've talked about today, going up about $600 in this price increase. Just this one price increase, not the multiples since it's been out, just this one, $600. Big deep breaths, guys. Big deep breaths. What this tells us though is that they are planning for this small lady DJoy bag to be, or either has been, one of their most popular bags recently, because as we were discussing earlier, they are going to go up on the bags that they think more people are going to be willing to buy at that price point. That tells us something. Maybe we should start going for the DJoy bags, you guys. Maybe those are going to be holding their value a bit more, especially in the immediate future. Let's take a look. Now, this one is the only one that came close. On Fashion File, I found only one in the black color in a size outside of the micro, first of all. And this one was going for $5,140. Now, I had a hard time determining if this was the small size or the medium size. So I went on Dior's website to try to reference, and it seems to be most consistent with their medium size, going for about $5,600. But if it is the small size, it's actually going above retail right now of that $4,900 for the small size. So if you're looking for a handbag that you're like, okay, Megan, I really want to buy one of these Dior handbags new, I really want to get that store experience, which one would you say that I should go for brand new to make sure that I'm getting the best deal possible? It would be this Lady DJoy bag. It seems like in the small size, they're honestly really hard to find and going pretty close to retail, if not above retail. So if you're looking for one of these handbags from today to purchase, that I would say go for at the price that it currently is, because it's increasing a lot. And if we're seeing another $600 price increase, the next price increase Dior does, this one would be the one I would say to go for. However, if you're looking for some of those more classic styles, the mini, the small, the medium, the large of the classic Lady Dior handbag, I would say go the pre-loved market. Don't worry too much about this price increase. You can find some still in excellent condition for a pretty good deal in comparison. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful of my opinion on these price increases, talking a little bit about these price increases and what I think that it means currently and for the pre-loved market, and which handbag I think you should go with if you're looking to buy one of these Dior handbags brand new. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.